Welcome back to another F1 career video here for the Monaco Grand Prix Season 1 with Williams. We have some parts to go through, so no magic meetings, no special meetings, no more contact from Aston Martin just yet, but we did win our first race last time around in Imola, the speedy track. We managed to get that Williams to the top and get the first Williams probably podium in many years. I don't even know when the last one was. We'll have to look it up. But yeah, did well in that Williams car. Put ourselves in the shop window. We have points now. So can we continue that run at Monaco before we get there? Achieve cornering speeds. Open DRS slot 145 seconds. We probably do that over the race. We'll easily do that at Monaco. It's only one DRS straight there, I think. Finish in better position than your teammate. Use over. Yeah, we should be able to beat. We're beating Albon pretty comprehensively now. Kind of more than 3 penalties, easy enough. And complete the race strategy on 2 different tyre types. Perfect. I don't really want to use 2 different tyre types if I don't have to. Let's perfect one. We've got three runs to get it. Should be able to get it done in 3 runs. As our current projection, look at that. Flying up that ranks. Our target is only to hit 74. We're currently 75, on our way to 76. This is where we can see the...
These are your active accolades. Through your glorious F1 career, you will work towards these. And each accolade has multiple tiers, just to keep you on your toes. Highlight an accolade, and you'll see what it is. How to complete your current tier.
Okay, accolades, cool. Rivals, this is
Across your career, you will always be... Close points tallies can trigger...
Okay.
If your ratings are close to... Each rivalry...
Cool. So, this is what we want to look at, is the rivalry.
Each rivalry will use different metrics to determine who will win. The teammate rivalry uses various metrics displayed here, and whoever leads most of these will be classed as leading the rivalry.
Nice.
The bottom of the screen will...
Okay. So, race results and qualifying results. Albon's beat us 4-3 in races, but we have the most championship points. We have podium finish. We have the highest qualifying position and best finishing position. So, in the one-offs, we're doing better. But yeah, overall, in number of races, Albon's outperformed us. But we are coming into our own here. So, it's not going to be long before we take those last 2... hopefully from Albon. We have no other rivals, but that's
This
fine.
graph will show you how your driver... Finally...
Okay. I don't want to hear you go through all of them. I just wanted to see what was going on with the rivalry. It was interesting. So, what have we got? We got points, but I don't think we've got anything we can put money into. We've completed both of these. That is our recommended. Cockpit weight reduction. Let's do it. Oh, 30% chance. Get in for after Canada. Is that all we have available? Albon's looking at completed. Yeah, that's in development. So what is Albon looking at then? Powertrain, we've got... So, arrows, we've got nothing available. We need the rear wing upper flap. We've done the plank. Albon did that. That's great. Spark plugs and ignition system we've done. We can't do... Oh, my God. There's a way of pushing down. Oh, I've made a horrible mistake. Oh, look at that jump. That was going to put us above. Okay. Right. Well, now I know that. I did wonder where these extra ones were coming from. Front wing down plate. Oh, my God. We could have been doing so much more. Right, let's look at chassis then. Oh, Albon. Luckily, Albon's doing them all. R&D in progress. Right, we've got 3 things on the go. We are up here above the teams. With all those in play, we should get above the V-carbs, but they are also improving, of course, as everyone is. Yeah, look at that. We have caught up the V-carbs. We have made that jump up. V-carb, they're not going anywhere. But look at the gap. Look at... Is that Mercedes gone through? Mercedes, Aston sat in the bottom. Mercedes has jumped up. And Red Bull are well and away out in front. Okay. Right. We've put them parts... We're putting the pending new parts on the vehicle, which is good. So we'll have a fresh engine. Let's get through to Monaco, shall we? Okay.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
Good. Nice to see. On the car for the next ride. We've got all the goals. We've got all the thing. R&D is all underway. The vehicle... How do I make sure that these actually happen, though? Right, we'll assume they'll put them on the car. Standings, driver standings. We are 9th. We're at 1 point above Lewis Hamilton. Look at that. 9th place in the top 10 of drivers. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. Right, let's go to race weekend. Monaco. What a race. So, practice done. Monaco feeling good. But it's an all-or-nothing circuit. 300 points for the session change on the resource into our resource bank for completing practice. Bit of experience. Let's creep towards 76 overall rated. Short quali coming up. Common and Albon, what we got? So it's a 27 lap race as well. That's a long race to maintain concentration in Monaco. Right, let's do it then. Out first, clear track, get our first lap in before something bad happens. It could be some red flags here as well. So let's get our lap in early, see what we can do, and then wait to see where we end up. Qualifying key in Monaco.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Damage to your front wing, damage to your front wing. Suggest we box to change it.
I don't know who was behind me then, but that was a pain in the ass. Someone followed me all the way around that lap. Absolutely putting too much pressure on. We had an okay lap, 9th at the moment, ahead of some guys.
Car repairs have set us back a little.
But so many to go still. We only just beat Russell. I'm assuming what's behind me being an absolute banchod. Let's speed up time. See where we drop down. Albon's in 14th, yeah, 19th. We're going to need to go back out. Clear track, right, let's go out now. Can I actually have a clear track this time?
Now.
That was a slight improvement, but again, mistakes. Mistakes. Where are we sat? Oh, 18th, we're going up 1. 4 minutes left. Can we go? I'm going to throw another set on. Recommended for qualifying, returned, reserved for race. Okay, I think we're not going to need the softs for the race. We'll use some worn ones if we need to. Let's get out there. One last shot. Again, not the cleanest lap, but maybe the best. We've got everyone finishing up. Where do we finish? It's not going to be top 10. I know that.
Well, that
for
wraps
sure.
up qualifying, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Not even top 14. We're behind Albon. Oh, please don't tell me with that far. Okay, right behind Albon. Okay, good. What's that? 100th? 100th and a bit of a second. Still above the rest. George Russell. Jesus, didn't improve from what he had there. Okay, 14th, 15th for the Williams. We need to try and beat them. We've got Alpines and V-Carbs and Hasses in front of us on a track that is bad for overtaking. So we got to keep it clean, keep the nose on, and hope there's crashes in front, red flags to push us up the ranks. 27 laps. So many damn laps. This is a long race. A hard, mentally tough race. Come on in. Let's see if we can beat Albon.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1 mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Stroll, Gasly, Albon, Herbert, Bottas, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Russell, and Zhou Guanyu. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game.
Like, absolutely terrified. Right,
Okay,
we're on the
you
inside.
know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such, we're not going to have quite the same top speed as at other circuits. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can.
In quali, we're already in the race, mate. Okay, what's the strat? Yeah, mediums onto hards. One stop. On the inside, though, I know that we can make a jump down the inside on this first corner if we're going to do anything. So that's the strat, and then just keep the nose intact, right? Jesus, 27 laps. And we're back in the big one, Monaco, as we have 5 red lights. And away we go, the Williams starting 14th and 15th, Herbert and Albon. Herbert after his win in the last race in Formula 1. As he dives down the inside straight away up to 12th position for the Williams. Not used to being this far back. Starting 5th in Imola and leading the race, taking his first win. Looking to improve into the next race here, but not having a great qualifying as Herbert is in, well, was in 14th, up to 12th as Albon is down to 15th as we see them queuing in this first lap here in Monaco, waiting for the pack to start to spread out. As you can see, everybody side by side here. Albon looking for a little move down the inside to get himself behind Hülkenberg, and then just 2 places behind Herbert. Danny Rick sits in front of Herbert here in 12th. We know Monaco has a high chance for drama. The tight city circuit here, a difficult one for drivers. As we see, starting on the hards, Herbert take the first lap. A little easier, takes a couple of places as we get a beautiful shot overhead of the bay. As we see the cars in train coming to finish lap 1, DRS going to be enabled, that last and only DRS straight here in Monaco, not always providing the benefit that we see in other tracks as we hit the first corner, and Herbert is looking to push on to Danny Ricciardo. There are not many places to overtake here in Monaco. A lot of it comes down to mistakes and pit strategies. as we see Herbert run wide there, leaving a little gap there for Hulkenberg, maybe. Just showing Hulkenberg where there may be slight gaps if he wanted to push in, but again, very dangerous on this track. There's not a lot of space to move people over or get out of the way if cars are not going to see each other make the move. As we get the nose cam through the tunnel, down into the hard braking, as then we have the chicane left, then right. Nicely taken there by Herbert as he gained some time on Danny Rick. As for the spectators, the lovely view here around the streets. A little less pleasant for the guys on track as they hit the, again, tight left, right, and then that final right as well. All the way swinging around onto the straight, onto the DRS, and the flap opens for the first time in Monaco. Lap 3 of the 27-lap race started. And all is as it is. As we're seeing the cars start to fan out slightly here. Gaps starting to appear as they look for a bit of space to ride wide to drive their races. To not have to worry too much about the car in front, to keep the speed, to keep the tyres in check, to keep their strategy on point, because again, overcuts and undercuts are going to be the way to get around people in today's race. But it's looking for Ricciardo to make any sort of mistake here. And 2 cars back, Alexander Albon in 14th, doing the same with Nico Hulkenberg. As we're into corner 1 of lap 4. Staying within that DRS, Ricciardo is falling back from Lance Stroll here. Piastri leading the race. Verstappen second, Sainz third, and the Monegalese. As we get the tunnel shot here, Stroll, Danny Ricciardo, Herbert, Hulkenberg, and then Albon through the tunnel, one after the other, into then the tight braking left, right. Herbert taking some liberties with the chicane there, riding the curbs. Half a second gap to Ricciardo, but again, just needs to stay close in case of any mistake. The speed when you're at floor level here in Monaco is impressive. The walls come quickly to these drivers as we start lap 5. Of course, we see Herbert come close to the corner then into, what a wonderful camera shot there, following round the 180. Into that right-hander, into the tunnel, staying just inside the 1 second to Danny Rick, who is still just outside the DRS to Stroll. Not that the DRS makes a huge amount of difference here in Monaco. As Herb cuts the corner there. Get a little warning if I ever have a look at that. Cutting the chicane. So down around, DRS flaps open. DRS has been broken to Hulkenberg, so Herbert and Ricciardo are starting to pull away from Hulkenberg and Albon in 12th and 11th. 12th, not the most amount, a couple of points, a little incident up in front, and we could see both Ricciardo and Herbert making their way into the top 10 and into the points, which is what these drivers want, especially from this sort of starting position in Monaco, to get into a top 10. Keep the point scoring tally going. Not going to be as grand as the first place we saw in Imola, but any points on the board are great in this driver's first season to stay ahead of Alexander Albon and the rest of the pack, and to prove that he deserves to have a seat here in Formula 1. As we're about to finish lap 7 here, cutting that corner nice and tight. Still following Danny Rick inside that 1 second. Hulkenberg dropping back even further, 2 seconds back now from Herbert. So 12th place looking pretty set, but that is not going to be enough for this driver as he tries just to keep pace. No other incidents thus far in the race. A clean Monaco thus far. Piastri leading, Verstappen second, Sainz third, Leclerc fourth, Perez fifth. As we go nice onboard through the tunnel, get a bit of the sound and speed as they then hit again this chicane. quick chicane out of that fast tunnel. Billy to put the brakes on, slow the car down in time to make those turns without losing anything, without damaging the car, and keeping sight of the man in front as Herb is remaining like half a second back from Danny Ricciardo as he looks around the outside, potentially gets very close there into the DRS straight, the closest we've seen Herbert to Ricciardo. Will the DRS help him into corner 1? Actually looks like Danny Rick has got away as he makes the jump into corner 1. No, Ricciardo got quick out of that first set of corners. Herbert was alongside and is looking to chomp at the bit now. Maybe as we get towards the halfway point, lap 9 of this 27-lap race, will we see a manoeuvre from Herbert to try and get up into 11th, knowing that Stroll is just that second away and Danny Ricciardo is not closing that gap to him. Get close to that 10th place and that vital point. Oh, as we've just seen how it cut the corner, clip his front wing in the pursuit of Danny Ricciardo. Herb Herbert is lost. You can see that front right side front left as you look at it, front right on the car. The side tip of the wing is gone in Monaco. That is going to slow you down. This is a fast corner, high downforce circuit. As we're going to see, are we going to see Danny Rick get away from Herbert here? He's going to need to come in and change that. He's going to come in for an early pit stop potentially. He's going to lose time. An unforced error, just that slight lapse in concentration. Clipping the near side barrier as they came round and completed the lap. And the front wing has gone. As we see, yeah, a little bit of we won't say corner cutting, we'll say liberal use of the corners from the Williams driver there, as he tries to make the most of having a little bit less downforce. Will he come in this lap or will he save it? What a mistake was this corner here as he came around, clipped the green barrier, the Rolex barrier. Doesn't come in to take the fix this time though, is staying out until the pit. Staying in tow with Danny Rick. Maybe thinks that even with that little bit of damage, he can still hold on out there. But that is not good news for the Williams driver. As they come down, right-hand turn into the tunnel. Can he tuck in behind, staying equidistant from the rest? Ricciardo now into DRS with Stroll again. So difficult to find those places to overtake. How is handling the chicane? It seems to be handling doesn't been affected too much from that side wing. He says he speaks too soon as he's going to clatter into the sidewall there. Another bit of carbon fibre is on the floor as a chicane is cut. Herbert is struggling now. Surely this is the time to come in for a new wing, buddy. This has got to be it. That wing has taken even more damage and he's staying out again. The team needs to get prepared, need to get ready. Lap 11 of 27. Herbert's front wing on the right hand side is missing multiple parts now. Ricciardo 2 seconds away. Hulkenberg is now right in tow to make a move. This is the sort of mistake that Hulkenberg's been waiting for. As we see on board through the tunnel, 2.2 seconds the gap to Ricciardo now. Herbert's fallen way behind. Hulkenberg maintaining, having to take the full use of track limits where he can to maintain with this lack of downforce. C will have to lift, as you can see there, even not hitting the rumble strips through the fast section in front of swimming pool, running wide as the Williams is going to limp through to the normal pit stop. Try and maintain. The first lot are in for pits. Albon stayed out as well, so they've not even taken Albon in first on this strategy. The hard tyres needing to last a little longer. Runs very wide there. Leaves the door open again for Hulkenberg, who is not making any moves. He's just going to sit and wait, but he's got to worry that this Williams is slowing him and the rest of the pack down, as they're currently sat in 8th, but that is because they are waiting to go in for their pits, their round of pit stops, as you just see how it slightly catch on the left-hand side through the tunnel. The chicane, again, liberally cut. Left side doesn't appear to have taken any damage, but the Williams is floundering out here as he passes through swimming pool. Round we go. Finish lap 13. Halfway point is here. Lap 14 has started. Second lot have come in or are coming out from their pit stops. And with the front wing damage, Herbert is persisting. Albon just getting in front of Piastri there. Piastri, the leader of, or was the leader of the race before he went in for the pit. Verstappen staying out. Sainz and Leclerc staying out. The hard tyres needing to last a little bit longer here in Monaco before going into the mediums for the faster second stint. But how much is Herbert losing there? And how much is that front wing change going to cause him problems? Oh, the FAA have got to be having a look at that. There's got to be some warnings for corner cutting going on here. Into the final set of corners. Hulkenberg right in behind. Herbert leading round into DRS. DRS flap open on Nico. Is he going to look for a move? No. Doesn't even get close. In a straight line where the downforce isn't required, Herbert is still maintaining speed in the broken winged Williams. 6th place currently. 3.5 seconds now the gap to Ricciardo, who must be just having a race on his own. 3.6 seconds behind to Herbert and 8.4 in front to Perez. Carlos just enjoying the Monaco skyline. Wide running again from Herbert. Hulkenberg absolutely chomping at the bit to get in here, and his own teammate Albon sat behind Hulkenberg. All being held up by the pace of this Williams. Okay, Verstappen is in and out. The front guys are making their changes. As we're seeing the pack now get mixed up. Sainz still out. Perez and Ricciardo still out. Herbert, Hulkenberg and Albon still out. Verstappen in 6th, Piastri in 8th. Albon now sitting between Verstappen and Piastri, which means I think Verstappen, once all is shaken out, is going to be leading this Monaco Grand Prix. And anything that Albon is going to do is going to slow down Piastri, because we can't even see Piastri now in that screen, as Verstappen is right behind Hulkenberg. But with the pace that this Williams is going, Herbert could well be holding up Verstappen. Which way round will the team pit these Williams? You'd assume Herbert would come in first with the broken wing, but we will find out shortly. Lap 16, in comes Herbert first on the pit. Hulkenberg straight in behind. Ricciardo and Albon stay out. Tyres are off, front wing is off, mediums go on, new front wing goes on. Fairly quick change considering the front, the nose needed to go as well. Where is Herbert gonna come out? Into a mess. 19th place for Herbert. Those extra seconds on the front nose change not doing him any favours. 2 seconds to another Haas this time instead of Hulkenberg, that of Kevin Magnussen. Only Zhou Guanyu behind, and Herbert is going to find it very difficult to make any moves here. He'd be best just having a clean race from here on out. As lap 17 comes to an end, 18 in, Albon is in the pits and out into 10th, 11th place. You've seen Albon drop down into a similar position for which he was before. Is he going to come back out on track? Oh no, both Williams have had an absolute shocker as Albon is out in front of Herbert. So the two Williams went for a longer strategy, came in, and Albon's pit stop must have been incredibly slow for him to come out only half a second in front of Herbert, who's had a whole new front wing. The highs, how the mighty have fallen. Herbert, first place. Albon, I think, finished just in 11th at the end of Imola. Now sat 18th and 19th here in Monaco. Not the race for this Williams team today. As we're coming round, lap 19, about to finish into lap 20. The medium tyres now up to speed. Albon 18th, Herbert 19th. These guys are just going to get a nice 7-lap run out. Nothing really to play for from the back, and a day to forget for the Williams team. Mistakes and pushing early on. Herbert looked like he might hold on, although we've had no real instance here in Monaco. A clean race, so the best they could have hoped for was 12th anyway. But yes, a day to forget here. 7 laps around Monaco with no pressure. I would say enjoy it. Enjoy it, boys. There's not many times you'll get the pressure off and the ability to drive round as a team, car in car. That's Herbert and Albon go wheel to wheel round. Herbert dives in front, and that is more. Is that damage again? As we've just seen the Williams drivers, after saying they had nothing else to play for, 18th place for Herbert. It looks like it was Albon's car that took the damage. The front wing of Herbert looks fine. The front wing of Albon is damaged. Herbert up into 18th place, makes the move on the teammate, Alexander Albon, on the last corner. A daring move inside, and Albon just clipped the rear tyre of Herbert, causing the front wing damage. I said a day to forget, and a race to forget for the Williams team. This is a race that they need to sort out. Drivers fighting when at the back of the grid is unnecessary. Herbert looking for that one-up on Albon, clearly, but causing his teammate a front wing, a bit of front wing damage. Maybe the ability to have to come in, take another pit stop, and replace it as we get a last view. Look at the sun is out here in Monaco as well. As Herbert seems to be pushing, looking to want to take Magnussen here. There is no such thing as an easy last couple of laps here, as the cars are backed up. Herbert is using it as a chance to get in. DRS opened to take some more places. As Albon is dropped down to last place. Zhou Guanyu is in. Yep, new front wing going onto Albon's car. The Williams team cannot be happy here. The rookie driver has taken out Albon, put him to the back. They had nothing else to fight for, and now that's another front wing. That's a couple of £100,000 down the toilet for a scuffle that was not required between drivers. As Herbert is off and away now. 18th position. 5 laps to go. Hunting down Kevin Magnussen, but he's going to struggle to get round and find any gap to do so. Herbert is absolutely flying here, enjoying these last couple of laps. I'm sure he's turned his team radio off because they can't be happy with him, but as the sun is out, the laps are flying. Magnussen, watch out, as Herbert's just gone straight into the back of Kevin Magnussen on the downhill. Doesn't seem like Magnussen overbraked. As Herbert now, with what, four laps to go, has another front wing to need to be replaced. Surely he's going to have to come in and pit. Come out in 19th, which will leave the Willies 19 and 20. Because you can't struggle with that much damage. Straight shunt into Kevin Magnussen. This driver, on the high of last race in Imola, is absolutely... is lost the plot completely. Is he staying out? He's staying out. Staying out with that broken wing damage. He's only going to slow him down. 5 seconds to Zhou. Maybe he thinks he can hold on the 5 seconds and keep 18th. But that is 3 front wings damaged for the Williams team in Monaco here. All 3 at the hands of the rookie Herb Herbert. What are the points in Imola worth the damage caused here in Monaco. Oh, that's how it runs wide in the last corner again. Has he kept the left? The left side's looking good. He is pushing this Williams with a few laps to go, or maybe just trying to keep it on the road with the lack of downforce, but this has been a race to forget for the Williams team here in Monaco. The sun is out though, so we'll enjoy that at least for the last couple of laps. Sainz leading this race ahead of Verstappen, Piastri third, and Charles Leclerc, the king of Monaco, down in fourth. As we see Herbert, lap 26, in the sunshine, cutting the corner again. FIA going to have to get involved. Again, the front wing damage runs wide to the barrier there. You can just see, keeps it fairly tight in the chicane, but is on full track limits here as he comes around to the troublesome corners. Much nicer take there from Herbert. Great camera angle there as we see him come round into that home straight. What a shot. Last lap here as we're seeing Herbert pulling up the rear. If we go and watch the final run here then, it's coming through the last chicane. Sainz is there, Verstappen right in behind. Sainz is looking like he's going to hold on here. Last couple of corners. Verstappen not giving him anything to come over and finish this Monaco Grand Prix. DRS is open, but it's not going to be enough as Carlos Sainz is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Verstappen in second. Piastri is going to hold out. Leclerc is not going to get it. Piastri takes the final place here on the podium as we see everybody crossing the line. Norris, Perez. Ocon the next lot back. 9th place, Ocon. Stroll, 10th, Ricciardo. As we see the packs, about 10 seconds with the gap round there as Gasly and Hulkenberg come through. Bottas next to make with Russell. A bad race here for George Russell. 15th place again. A bit like Herb Herbert falling all the way down the pack. And Magnussen there as we wait for Herb Herbert to cross the line in 18th place. Zhao in 19th. Zhao takes 18th. Oh, there was a time penalty for Herbert. Put him down to 19th place. And Alexander Albon crawls over the line to finish the Monaco Grand Prix. Williams, how the mighty have fallen.
Dominance that this driver had over the opposition. Dominance from...
Looking at the podium, you can see...
Oh, that was stress. Third race.
It's been an absolutely
Carlos Sainz takes
wild
the win
weekend of Formula One action.
From third
I
up to
can't wait
first.
to see what's next.
We struggled like hell just to keep the bastard car going. 19th and 20th for the Williams. We stayed ahead of Albon, which is all that mattered in the end. But my God, I'm actually sweating. Ooh, 69 gearly on experience. What we get? 75. Ah, focus dropped again. Aye. But we are creeping up towards that 76 recognition. We should have stayed ahead. Staying 47 to 53. We are pushing for the 50-50. We're coming for you, Albon. We did most of these, I think. One of them was just finished. Yeah, Window Engineer. Let's go, baby. Ooh. We didn't do the quality assurance test there. I can't remember which one that was. One was just finished in front of Albon, which we did. I actually think we put him in the pit as well. Tire blankets. Oh, we got some new stuff coming in. Contract performance update. Currently tracking nicely towards our contract targets. All smiles for myself and the team, of course. Our target is 74. We're at 75 already. Starting recognition was 44. So we've gone up 3%, plus 3%. Easy peasy. We should have really. We know we lowballed. We shouldn't have lowballed really. Nice. So we have some goals available. We got some R&D to come in. No secret meet. I don't know how we changed. Oh, okay. Apply component. Yeah, let's get a lot of these components that are struggling. The MGU, we were getting moaned at the whole way through that race. So okay, that is working. So we are cycling through some of the items now. What's this one at? 64%. Do we just go for a new turbocharger? Why not? We haven't used any yet. And we're at least a quarter of the way through, right? We're nearly half the way through, and we haven't moved on to some of our second components. So let's do that. Standings, 10th still, well behind Lewis Hamilton now, just in front of Lance Stroll. Williams sitting 6th in the championship. We were chasing Aston. Aston are starting to pull away now, as we've lost some rank, but we are looking good. Canadian Grand Prix is next. We've got some R&D coming in. We've got some points to spend. Let's see if we can get this car boosted. And maybe we're giving up hope on Aston. But I will catch you next time for the Canadian Grand Prix. Have a good one. Ta-ta. Farewell.